Hey everybody, happy Monday. Hi Sherry, Brenda, Dawn, Arlie, Susan. Oh yeah, Susan's joining us from the future. How is it out there? Is it good? Is it good? Tell me we've got good news in the future. Please. I'm going to sit here for a minute and finish my protein shake because I'm trying to get 110 grams of protein in a day. And I didn't eat dinner, so this is where we're at. We're drinking it tonight. Hi, Zaza. Harley says, good evening from the past. That's true. Maybe we should do something to impact the future. I don't know what that is. I'm not going to accomplish much from my sewing room. Hi, Zaza. Hi, Terry. Hi, Linda. Hi, Katie. How's everybody doing? The kids had soccer tonight, which is Monday nights are a little crazy. Only for, I think, one more week, though. We have one more week of soccer. And this is the first time in weeks that it has not been raining. Saturday, my fingers were prunes from sitting in front of their games. Crazy. So it was lovely. I stayed for both my daughter and my sons. They're back to back just because I could not wait. Was so happy to be outside. Oh, thank you, Susan. It's coming out Tuesday, whether I like it or not. It's coming. I'm happy with it. I'm just gonna. I did the math. I paid someone to check the math. I redid the math. I paid her to triple check it to make sure it was right. And I'm cutting it to make sure it's right. But I'm so anal. I want to make sure the math is so perfect before I give it to anybody. And I'm like 99% of the way there. Well, you're in the past compared, right? Oh yeah, wait. I'm in the future because I'm Eastern time and it's 8 p.m. Oh my God, this is a lot of math. So I think you're in the past, Arlie. I'm in your future. There we go. Zaza says you need a pop-up fishing tent to sit and watch them. Yes, I do. It was so bad. This has got to be the rainiest spring we've ever had. I believe they said... I'm like right outside of Syracuse, New York, and on like the Syracuse News, they said that we haven't had a dry weekend in our area since November of 2024. So we've had at least snow or rain every single weekend since November. And then as soon as Monday hits, the weather's back again. It's so crazy. But I did consider getting one of like those tents or something. Oh, Zaza's still hemming trousers. Now, is it for you or for someone you love? I've never hemmed pants, but I need to hem some pants here someday. This is a maple, I think it's maple cinnamon protein powder. It was expensive, but it's pretty good. Almost done sucking this down, and then I'm going to start sewing some curves. Are you really in a drought in southern Australia? Oh my gosh, I wish we could. My kids are ready to scream when it was raining again today. It's horrible. Yeah, I'm sure your kids are getting the same weather I am. It's just so, especially in upstate New York, and I'm sure true for the Canadians and everybody around here, it's like we go through these brutal. And so for this freaking summer to have rain every week or in spring so far, it's cruel. It's cruel. Arlie says it's been rainy here too, but at least it's keeping it a bit cooler. Yeah, I guess there's a pro there. I don't really know what the pro is for here. Just sucks. Zaza says the pair of pants she's hemming right now is for her, but the first ones were for her small, angry one. We all have a small, angry one in our lives, don't we? Hi, Don Stewart. We are on the verging of a hose pipe ban. We had the first rain in 6 weeks. Oh, wow. This weekend. Susan says, yep, we've had a dry autumn. Our farmers are struggling. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I really wish we could send some rain. Oh, it's William. Hi, everybody. Hi, William. Hello, everyone. We're having an extremely cool spring. Usually it's already 100 degrees every day, so it's been a very strange spring. That's so weird. Mother Nature's definitely going through it. I did not see the Northern Lights. Did anybody see the Northern Lights last night? Susan's asking. Hi, Mimi. It's so funny to call you Mimi because my kids call my mom Mimi, so I almost feel like I'm like talking to my mom, even though you're not my mom. Okay. Protein shake, done. 110 grams of protein. I'm telling you what, I'm trying to get a little healthier. If someone was like, you never have to eat protein again, you could just eat Italian bread and angel hair pasta with some garlic. Done. Sold. I could live off carbs. I don't need to eat another piece of chicken or an egg my whole life if I didn't have to. So this is painful. It's painful. I'm doing it though. Oh. Okay. So I have a bunch of my quarter circles. Ooh, Dawn says BRB, Grant brought food. Carbs are king. Hell yes. I know, I kept saying, Mother Nature must have been having a hot flash. She's sweating, and now she's turning the air conditioning on. And as someone who just turned 40, I'm with you, Mother Nature. I'm with you. I'm all messed up too. Oh. Pam says, Pamela here, not quilting related, but you said you were outside of Syracuse, New York. Have you ever been to Hercules Candy? I've been watching their YouTube channel for about 5 or 6 years. No, I don't think I've heard of them. I was just going to say, yes, I have, but I'm thinking of Speech Candy. So let's see, Hercules Candy, New York. You can always take a quilting break for candy. Manly, what? That's not even that far from me. What looks good there, Pamela? I might need to make a special trip. Everything looks good there. I don't know if you guys can see that. I mean, vegan chocolate covered Oreos. Ooh. Wow. I guess I know what I'm falling asleep tonight. Well, I'll watch their channel until William comes on. I always fall asleep to William's channel. I might have to check that out. I don't think I've ever been there. That's so crazy. Yeah, carbs, cheese, and butter. Zaza, I'm with you. Wow, they have a YouTube channel that you guys are all watching? I feel ashamed that I am so close to them and I have no idea what is going on. I'm going to check them out later. Oh, Laura says, I'm listening, but I'm not feeling 100%, so I may not be chatting much. That is okay. I hope you're getting some rest and that you feel better. William says, I'm about to drop my son off at the gym, then drive across the street and order a large chili cheese fries from my local Crazy Spoon. That is parenting done right. I'm turning into William because normally every time I join William's live, they're always talking about delicious food. And I'm like, damn it, now I got to get a snack. And here I am doing the same thing tonight. Too funny. The one thing that brings us all together, food. I think they have over 1 million followers, Pamela. Am I living under a freaking rock? That's like literally 25 minutes from my house, I would say. It's probably like 10 minutes from where I work. I do think I've had, now that you say that, I do believe I've eaten some of their chocolate. Probably somebody brought into the office or something. But yeah, I am thrilled and excited to check them out, especially their YouTube channel. Yes, take care, Laura. Ugh. Never good when we're feeling under the weather. I feel like I just goofed this one up. And so you know what that means? As soon as I'm done stitching it, I'm going to have to look at it because now my brain says, you screwed it up. And then when I take it off, it'll be fine. So the one good thing about the templates I make for this pattern and all my patterns is there's an extra 1/4 of an inch, but that one looks fine. So when I do the templates, the outer piece, hopefully you can see this. Yeah, that gray is an extra 1/4 of an inch. So I don't get too nervous if I screw up because I'm going to have to trim everything. But that came out okay. I don't know why I thought I got it wonky. So, all good. Hi, Jess. How are you? Oh, you're on summer vacation, right? Living the good life. I was, I fall asleep to William's lives most nights. And I think I was looking for him last night and you guys weren't on. So I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm falling asleep to these lives for like 3 months now. So I went to watch one of the replays and it was like 4 hours long. And I was like, oh my God, how is Jess doing this live and then going to work? And then I was like, oh, I think she's out of work. Because if not, you're my hero. I don't even know how I would do that. I mean, I don't know if you were there the whole time or not. I didn't make it that far into it. I fall asleep. Thank you, Sherry. I'm so excited. One more week. It is on Quilt ink. I can put the link below if anybody wants to start playing with colors, though. Laura says, hi, Zaza. Thank you, sweet lady. I have GI issues. I'm hoping this doesn't mean another surgery. Oh, gosh. I hope not for you, Laura. Why can't these bodies just work the way they're intended to work? You know? Zaza and Mimi say me too and me three. Thank you, guys. I'm so excited about this one. So I'm going to Quilt to VA. Road to VA. What is it? Road to VA? Road to VA. Quilt show at the end of the month, end of June. And I just ordered little square business cards. Like, I'm so fancy. So just in case I met anyone and they wanted to like find me later on in life, they could find me. And I put this pattern on the back of the business card. That's how much I like it. And I thought nothing could ever top this one behind me because I loved that one so much. I'm like, I'll never design something I love as much. But now I do have something I love just as much. I did a lot of cutting. This box is almost full. I have 2 colors left to cut. So it's going well. Are you, Jess? You're going? How far away is it from you? Oh my God. I'm going to be there. And we're driving down Thursday. So we're not going to miss the show on Thursday. And then I'm going to be there all day Friday. And my mom talked me into staying Friday and Saturday and driving home Sunday. So I'll be there all day Friday and all day Saturday. So we need to see each other. Oh gosh, Zaza's husband's having surgery tomorrow and needs to be out the door at 6:30. Good luck. He'll be home the same day, right? Hopefully. Laura says, Zaza, you are such a sweet lady and your comments always make me smile. She is the best, isn't she? And I always try to imagine her comments in her amazing accent. It's the cherry on top, really. Chloe, do we have good news? Hi, Chloe. Oh, 3 hours. Not bad. It's 7 for me, so it's not terrible. But I've never really been to a big quilt show, so I'm like, do I need to bring like rolly luggage for all the crap I want to buy? I'm staying in a hotel that like is very close to the convention center, like walkable. So I figured if I go too crazy shopping, I can just drop stuff off. I don't think my mom will make it the whole way. Like, I think she'll end up going back to the room to nap while I continue to wander around looking at quilts. Oh, good. He'll be home tomorrow. Yes, good wishes for Laura, Zaza's husband. Oh, Sherry wanted to go, but we'll be in Ohio. Hopefully it's a annual thing, you know. Hopefully, it's their first time here, so I'm like wondering if there'll be some hiccups or whatever, but that's okay. And then hopefully it'll be back every year. Yes, I am driving. I am driving. So I can fill the whole car. Oh, geez, Chloe. Chloe's still on strike, and it's day 19 of the strike, and they just posted her job, which is illegal. Oh, God. I'm so sorry, Chloe. That's so unbelievably stressful. Why can't all these people just play nice, you know? I don't know the story, but I feel like, do I need to put somebody in timeout with another person and you guys can't come out until you can agree on something? Can all of the world's issues be solved with a timeout? I don't know, I kind of feel like maybe. Oh, Jess is coming home from New York that week. Oh, we're going to be like driving the same highways, Jess. How funny. We definitely have to grab a coffee or something somewhere in one of these states. These are looking pretty good. No matter how many I sew, I still like to stop and look at a few and then stop, look at a few. Sasa says most issues would be fixed if women were in charge. I don't disagree. Ooh, this is not all the way pinned. Uncool. Who did that? Whose shoddy pin job is this? Making a mess of things. This is seriously my favorite part of quilting. Sitting and piecing. Oh, Jess says, I'm picking up dinner right now. My kid is driving. Help. Oh, that's good. She's a great driver. That is awesome. Amazon just delivered my 60 glue sticks. Woohoo! She can start basting. Brenda is doing something called We Are the Storm by Libs Elliott, and it is a monster EPP project. And you're about halfway through, right? But ran out of glue. So, been waiting for the glue sticks. 60 glue sticks will probably last Brenda a couple months. Hey, Erin, how's it going? The party can now start. No, she really did get 60. Susan says, loving the June challenge, 2 days in, 1 disaster and 1 fix. Oh, right. You were the one who was seam ripping yesterday, right? Am I remembering that correctly? Sorry, sometimes I'm bad about... I read all the comments and I remember what people say, but then sometimes I forget who the comments belong to. My brain just doesn't brain, but I do remember your comment about seam ripping and then redoing and asking if it counted. If that was you... I know that's one stage, Zaza, of parenting I'm not ready for. It seems like Jess is on her way, though, like licensed drivers out on the road. I just remember what a bad driver I was back in the day. Maybe still am. No. Laura says, or make a man have a baby and he'd give up any and all rights to dictate any situation. Yeah. Big 16th is this Sunday. Monday is the... What? Oh, you can get your permit before 16? I know it's different by state. Wow. Jess, that's crazy. I'll be thinking of you. That's stressful. But an exciting chapter. I really need to try the no pin curves here at some point. Brenda, do you still pin your curves? Dawn says, hi Zaza, swift healing for your hubby tomorrow. Oh, Susan says, I wasn't seam ripping, I was adding seams. My backing has a large T-seam. Ooh, boy. Erin says, I'm sewing but not showing up and posting in your fun community. I will get better, I promise. No pressure. Shouldn't feel like a job. But we would like to see what you're sewing. In North Carolina, they get their permit at age 15, so she'll be able to get her driver's license on Monday. Wow. That's crazy. That's awesome, though. Hopefully you can get out of maybe driving to somewhere early in the morning or something. Maybe they could drive themselves to softball practice. Oh, Brenda's pins the small ones, like probably like this size, the larger ones no. Yeah, these ones I don't think I could get away from. They're pretty finicky. And these probably aren't even like small to some people. But I really don't mind it. Like, I enjoy the process, so. I've really learned in my later years of quilting, because I've been doing this for a while, to enjoy the process and not just try to be rushing for that end, you know, end result. So I don't mind pinning. Aaron said, my grandfather told me I couldn't drive until I learned to drive a standard stick shift, and I'm thankful for his old school mindset. Oh, my dad tried to teach me, but I almost blew out the clutch in his Ford Ranger. I don't know if any of you are like chronically online like I am, or it's like a Ford Ranger, and that's all I can think of when I say that. Oh, I spend too much time on the internet like I'm a child. Oh, Aaron, or Zaza says that everyone learns stick shift there. Oh, I forgot that Aaron lived in England for a while. Zaza says only old people like me drive automatics. That's so funny. Laura says, crazy does I had my permit when I was 14 in Iowa. Age 14, you can get a permit. You can't get a license as up age 16, which means you drive for someone for 2 years. Oh, that is a good idea. I don't know what the rules are here in New York. I think they've changed a bit since I got my license a million years ago. I'm like crazy, like, I mean, you guys know I'm a crazy person, but I'm like already telling my kids, like, when you're young, that's when you get into most accidents. Like, they're 7 and 5, and I'm like talking to them about like learning how to drive quizzing them about car safety. Yeah, my anxiety is on another level. Whatever. I always tell my husband, anxiety keeps you safe. Oh my God, Dawn says, I'm loving the 15-minute sewing. Can someone start a channel so I can be made to clean my house? Can I just tell you that I made more than just the 15-minute sewing goals for this month? We're on day 2 and I've hit them all. So I'll tell you what my goals are for this month. I am trying to eat 110 grams of protein a day, like we talked about at the beginning. Blech. But I have done it now 2 days. I am 15 minutes of sewing, 3,000 steps minimum. Don't judge me. I know that that's next to nothing, but I sit on my ass all day at the computer. So at least 3,000, but I'm trying to get to 7 or 10,000 most days, but at least 3, bare minimum 3. And we all got to start somewhere, okay? And then keeping my kitchen table, kitchen counter, and kitchen sink clean before bed. So like 15 minutes of cleaning each day. So that's what I'm trying to do. So I am trying to clean every day too, on top of this. And I have to do it. I did not. I was going to do it before I came down here and I didn't. So when I'm done, I have to go upstairs and empty the dishwasher, reload the dishwasher, and clean off the table and the counter. But it'll take like 10 minutes, and starting my day with a clean kitchen makes everything a little bit more enjoyable. So tomorrow, Tasha will thank me. But yeah, let me tell you what, working from home, an office job, you do not get up unless you purposefully do it. I paced the soccer fields tonight. My daughter told me I could do one big lap, so I got my steps in that way. But she was like, you can only do one lap and then you have to come watch me. I was like negotiating walking time with her. Dawn says, I learned how to shift before I could reach the pedals. So yeah, teach your kids now. Yes, my dad had me doing that too. I was almost in a head, Arlie says, I was almost in a head-on crash this afternoon because some idiot was passing others in a no passing lane. I think it was a teen girl. Yeah, see, I'm starting my brainwashing early. I had a permit at 14, could drive 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. or to and from work and school. That is crazy. That's true. Erin does have a video of her vacuuming on her Instagram reel. Yeah, 15 minutes of work, cleaning does, and it helps you get your steps in the 15 minutes of cleaning, to be honest with you. Erin says, Tasha, anything is better than nothing about a walking pad for boring work meetings when I don't have to talk, and that's how I get, that's awesome. I'm always talking in these darn meetings. I don't know. You ever see those memes about like, somehow I accidentally became important at work? That's me. I don't know how it happened, but here I am, important at work. Ew. All right, we got a bunch of these done, and that means I got to iron the middles of some more. Dawn says, I always felt bad when I work from home. Like the dishes are right there, but I wasn't doing them. Worse was my mom would come scrub the floor and I'm just at my PC. I know sometimes the husband and I have to have a talk because I'm like, I know I'm home all day, but like sometimes I'm literally I'm just slammed at work and I'm like, I'm working. So, I mean, I do need to make more of an effort to actually get away from my computer and take a break and clean and walk and whatever, but ugh. Katie says, I started driving at 9. Brother-in-law needed someone to drive his 1-ton truck while hauling hay. Oh my God. My dad did. I don't know how old I was. I would say like, I'll have to ask him, 12, 13 maybe. He had like an old rundown truck and I grew up on like 10 acres and he had me and my sister bebopping around in that old truck. And then, yeah, we'd always shift in his truck too. So it says, I got taught how to work the gears, etc., because my brother always needed someone to sit in his car. Yeah. Honestly, that same Ford Ranger of my dad's, I had to pop it into gear for him, or his like starter was bad. And so, yeah, he would go do something under the hood, and then I would have to do the clutch to get it to start. My husband's like, the next truck we're going to get is going to be standards, and I want you to learn how to drive it. I'm like, I don't really want to. Yeah, I learned how to drive a tractor. Yes, we were driving my dad's tractor too. So what's the tally up to? So let's look at the chart. So the background fabric had 300 pieces. I actually cut those all yesterday. It was no big deal. It went really fast. I cannot believe how fast it went. So really, I only have 3 colors left. So I have about a little over 100 pieces left, and I don't think it'll take me long at all once I get going. I think I just need half an hour to finish cutting. So I'm on my way. Surprising how quick it went. Arlie says, I work from home. I agree. It can be hard to make yourself take breaks. Yes. And my job right now has been extremely stressful. This week, it's only been one day. It wasn't terrible today, but I know it's coming tomorrow. And so it is like, I'm just trying to get as much done in the hours I'm there so I don't have to work. I don't want to work weekends and nights anymore. And so every minute I'm at work, I'm going for it. Laura says, last night we were on our way home from the airport. The overhead sign informed us that there was a wrong way driver in the freeway. No kidding. We got off immediately. Sheriff's officers were able to stop them. Ugh, that is so scary. Yes, I will trim all of these after I'm done piecing, which is not my favorite thing to do. So, but I only have to, I know, at least what's nice about these is you only trim these sides, so it's a little bit easier to trim. You don't have to go all the way around. The sheriff had to throw stop sticks, but did prevent a life-threatening incident. Man, that is bonkers. Bonkers, bonkers, bonkers. Oh yeah, so I am trying technology. So if anybody joined up in the member area, I'm going to try my first Zoom thing tomorrow. One of those night bots just reminded me. So if you guys are around tomorrow at 8 and want to join, it's blasting the link in that comment. Just a very casual, I'll either be sewing, trimming, cutting, and then, but, you know, just chit-chatting away. If that interests ya. Zaza's changed her mind. This pattern. She's talking about this pattern. I've talked her out of it. I don't blame you, Zaza. It's going to be worth it, though. Zaza's been hyping me up about this pattern. Now she's getting cold feet. It's from that quilt that I need to finish. That is my goal for my Sew Every Day in June, is to at least finish that sucker and get some more of my legit kits done. Legit kit done. How many total pieces does the pattern have? I would say quite a few. Let's see. I'm going to do some quick math here. Real-time answering questions calculator. So, like, of the, like, actual pieces you have to cut, like the template pieces. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Everyone's gonna be like, screw this. I don't care how cute it is, I'm not doing it. But I'm telling you, it went quicker than you would think. 562. But I will say, I say how many curves to cut or how many strips to cut. So you know exactly how many strips to cut to get each piece out. But yeah, it's a little bit of a commitment. It's a little bit of a commitment. Yeah, I'm giving you all the reasons to not want to make it. But seriously, it's going to be so cute. Look at it. Look at how cute it is. And if you're still working on it in the winter, you'll have a little taste of spring. The pink pieces, is it hard to get them on the grain? So I always, when I cut the pink pieces, like these inside pieces, I cut a strip of fabric and then I cut one in this direction, like cut it like this, and then I flip it and cut it like this. So you can kind of see. And I did film me cutting these so I could put them up. So like if you were curious and exactly how I do it to maximize the amount you get. But I don't really have a problem with like it getting too wonky for me. But I have to admit it's not something I've thought about a lot. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I've always been terrified of curves. Oh, come on, Mimi. We got this. I'm working, but I'll try to hop on the Zoom. There are a few quilt books I bought from the library for $3 total, and some were tiny FPP. Oh my gosh, and others were pieced animals. Yikes. Yeah, yeah, I've done quite a few, so it's like almost second nature for me. So, yes, Jess, but I also, have you ever heard of Quilt ink? I will put the link in the description of this later too. But if you go to Quilt ink and you click patterns, Quiltink, and you search Petals Crossing, you can color it right now. So you can, and they have like a random function, and you can dream it up yourself right now. The lady who runs that website is really nice, and you can pay like a small fee to put your quilt patterns up there so people can color them, and I always do that. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for stopping by. I know it's late for you. You're an early bird. Yeah, and you have to go slow and not pull the fabric. That is true. Yes, Catalina on Quilt Ink is an amazing husband and wife duo. Yeah, they're awesome. So she's, it's a great little website. They're making improvements to it all the time. And I'm always happy to put it up there because it's fun for me to color it that way. And so here's a fun fact about this, is I originally designed this quilt pattern as a 2-color quilt pattern because I'm not very good with color. And Catalina, who runs Quilt Ink, was like, no, Tasha, absolutely not. This is not a 2-color quilt pattern. I've got something in my head. Give me a few days. And so a few days later, she came up with this. There was like 3 options that she came up with, and I loved this one. And so Catalina is actually the one that colored this for me. So she is in the right market of quilt pattern colors. She's like, I can just visualize it. So the first time I wrote this pattern and sent it to the tech editor, it was a 2-color quilt. So shout out Catalina at Quilt Ink. It is way better as not a 2-color quilt. So there was a lot of math I had to redo, but it was worth it. It was worth it. I'm excited. They're really, really close. Like, it's crazy how accurate it is. Aaron, I could throw in both. If my name was Aaron from Hexenhaus, I probably would have. But I was like, you know what? If somebody wants to do both, they can just do the math. Or 2 colors, they can just do the math. It does look, she had a vision. She was like, this, I can just see it. So that was awesome. I said, next time I'm going to send it to you before I send it to the tech editor to make sure you're happy with the colors. You're going to be my new color consultant. I need the help. I don't know. I like the shapes, but. Hi, Deb. How are you? Hopefully I'm not freezing for everybody else. Am I freezing for everybody else? Is it my internet or is it Brenda's? Okay, not freezing there. Thank you. Yes, sometimes it does help to have another eye, for sure. Especially because, well, if, you know, we'll do a little self-promo. I have the video I'm going to put out this Thursday is I actually, when I was designing this quilt over 6 months, thankfully, take a lot of screenshots and send them over to Brenda. And so I went back through and pulled, it took me quite a while, pulled all the screenshots of like the evolution of this quilt, like what inspired me and how I started and how many versions of this quilt I had. And that's what I'm going to show on Thursday. I don't know. I thought it was interesting. I'm not sure if anybody else will find it interesting, but it is so funny to see like how I started and where I went. Quite the journey. It takes me forever to design a pattern or like a quilt. I guess, yeah, I guess it's a pattern or whatever you want to call it. Just design a quilt. I go back and forth. The right group of people, it's true, the right group of people will watch paint dry. I know. That's what I keep telling my husband. I'll find my people. There are people out there like me. I know it. It does have to feel right. Hi, Martha. Thanks for joining. Drive safe. Oh, I got some finished ones buried in here. Power up my iron. But I actually, my local quilt guild asked me about like the process of designing and publishing a quilt pattern. And so I had pulled all the screenshots for them and I was like, you know what? I'm going to put this on YouTube too. I did all the work already. And this is the pattern that I was inspired by a Lego mosaic. Literally Legos on Instagram inspired this. There's something called Mosaic Mondays on Instagram. You can do like, oh, today's Monday too. You can go on Instagram and look up the hashtag Mosaic Monday. It's so neat. And I saw one one mosaic I fell in love with. I think I even like posted a picture of it back in a YouTube video back in like October and was like, I'm going to make a quilt inspired by this. It's only taken, what, a year, but I got there. Good things take time. But if anybody wants to try a curve and you don't want to commit to this quilt pattern, I do have like templates for free on my website, and you could just make one block to see if we even like it. Just get the 6-inch ones, not the 3-inch ones. Do not start with the 3-inch ones. But you can go right out there. I even have like a YouTube video somewhere about how I like to do the templates and everything. So you could definitely give it a go. And I do think I took a bunch of video, and I'm going to take some more video. I'm going to try to put like a mini course in that, like, Clubhouse. The Clubhouse membership. So that if anybody gets the pattern, they can see in real time how I do it. And I don't have to worry about YouTube and editing it for YouTube. It'll just be video. Because I want everyone to join the curvy side. It's the best. Yeah, for sure, Mimi. And then, like, let me know, like, if you have any questions or whatever. I think curves are so fun. And they're really not that... They're really not... Like, anything... it takes practice. I'm not going to say your first one's going to be perfect or anything. And if you enjoy it and keep at it, it'll be fun. I know, I did make it pink. I was working with ChatGPT to come up with a name for it. Like, what do you call a membership program that's not corny? I don't know. I guess I wasn't successful because I named mine The Clubhouse, which I would say is corny, but I don't know. It just felt right. Like, we're just hanging at the clubhouse. I did make it pink. Thank you for noticing that it was pink, Dawn, because do you know, no one will know or appreciate how long I spent finding the perfect pink that I wanted. Let's just say it took a while, okay? I like the pink now. It took me a while to pick the pink and the blue that goes with it. Paid attention to those details. I was like, Tasha, just pick a damn pink. It's not that serious. I'm committing. I just need to stop writing. Erin has a problem. She can't stop writing patterns. I bought yours, and they are going to be my first curve patterns. Woohoo! There is a dark mode, though. Is the dark mode okay, Arlie? Please let me know if there's anything I can do to make it better. I don't know if I even looked at the dark mode. As long as it's not like FPP. I do not, this is way closer to your traditional sewing than FPP for sure. I'm going to have 11 billion questions for you. I can't wait. Pink is serious business. I don't understand why I love pink so much because I am not a girly girl, but I do love pink. I don't really wear it. I usually just wear black. My kids have been roasting me about wearing too much black, so I'm trying to wear some more colors. My kid's like, you're wearing blue today. I'm like, you're welcome. I did this for you. You know, I'm trying to do I don't know, do you guys all watch shorts too? Like YouTube shorts? I never know like what groups watch lives versus videos versus shorts. But I brought back when I first started this YouTube channel and started I did a sew every day in September. And I did YouTube shorts every day in September. I think I missed one day. And I did it again yesterday. It's so fun. And so I'm actually filming myself in a time lapse of me live right now to put into a YouTube short when we're done. And it's so fun. It's so fun. I love doing this stuff. I don't know what is wrong with me. I seriously, Dawn, I've thought about, I'm just going to wear navy blue and then tell them it's not black. Forgot to say hi, sitting here with my Scrabble squares. Ooh, to make names so I can figure out how many Meow Scrabble fabric panels I need to order. Oh, how cool. Wait until they ask you where you're going because you have lipstick on. That's so funny. Who is outside my door? Oh, it's the tree guy. I better text my husband. So, my neighbor is getting some trees cut down. Tree guy walking in driveway. real-time communication. And because we have a lot of trees around our houses and some have been knocking down. And so my husband went over there and chatted with them to make sure, like, you know, we're paying for whatever's our portion or whatever. And he's working late. He's like got his big truck in our driveway right now. He's probably looking at me like I'm a lunatic because my room's lit up so bright. But he's coming and he's going to cut down 2 trees for us. And because he's buddies with the neighbors or whatever, they're charging us $250 a tree, which I don't know what this type of thing costs for you or whatever, but $250 to cut down a tree here is a freaking steal. So I'm like, husband, CJ, if there's other trees we need to get cut down, like, this is the time, like, pay this guy to cut down anything we need. $250 is like free, basically. It is so cheap. So I'm relieved that we're going to get some of the trees that they're worried about falling onto their property taken care of. Because I like to be a good neighbor, of course. But my husband specifically asked them, the neighbors, is there any other trees that, you know, you would feel better if we cut down on our property? So I'm glad he did that. Sometimes I feel like he doesn't think like that, but he did. Yeah, so cheap. Harley says, I wore a new colorful shirt recently. A lot of people loved it. I'm like, crap, so much for going unnoticed. They noticed ya. My dog knows, like, if she sees me put my sneakers on, because I, like, so rarely, like, leave. Somehow my dog knows when I'm putting my shoes on to leave the house versus when I'm putting my shoes on to walk her. And she runs right in her crate. I don't know. It's so funny. I don't know what I'm doing that makes my dog know I'm leaving the house. I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah, it's insanely cheap. Does he travel to PA? I don't know. Probably not, but we can find out. Giving him a good deal, and he's just because he's here, he's giving us like the friend deal. But I was like, okay, let's think about, because we also have to fix our roof. So I'm like, man, I don't really want to spend money on trees, but if we have to do it, like, maybe I would spend up to $3,000, you know, like, that's it. And then he called me, he goes, deal's done, we owe him $500. I'm like, 500 for what? 1 tree? He's like, 2 trees. I'm like, you just got the deal of a lifetime. Brenda says, oh my God, it cost me $3,500 to trim some of my tree that was ruined from the storm we had. Yeah, I know. It, like, I thought we were going to be spending thousands. Zaza's deaf dog, Hugo, hears me put my shoes on. It's either some of my shoes or my keys or something. Dawn says, I kenneled my dog for the first year. He would go back to me and not go to the kennel until I said, I'm going to be late. And and then he would go to the kennel. That's so funny. He knew if you're going to be late. Yeah, we still crate our dogs. I had bull terriers before I had my current dog. And I don't know if anybody knows the bull terriers. They're like the target dog. And they're literally known for just swallowing things. Like, swallowing. And not chewing it. Just like, and then you have to pay the vet to cut them open to get the obstruction. So we always crated our dogs, especially after we had the kids, right? Because kids just leave crap laying around. Well, we still had Maggie, one of the bull terriers, when we got Sophie. And she likes her crate. She sleeps in there. But in the morning, she runs out and gets in my bed when CJ gets up for work. But I like crate training the dog. Oh, he would go back to bed and not go for the kennel until I said I'm going to be late. That's so cute. Susan says, I have to take my car keys to the toilet. Otherwise, my dog goes bonkers. He knows shoes, toilet, walk. That's so funny. Aaron says, my dogs are spoiled because I work from home all the time and work remotely. They love that. Yes, love that you're a hermit. Mine too. Like, it's to the point now, like I always said, I'm never going to be like that. I'm like making my eggs. I make an extra egg for Soph. I'm like, we go for, you know, she comes and lays by me when I have lunch. She has a little bit of my lunch. I never used to feed my old dogs people food or anything. Yeah, but she's spoiled. Yes. Zaza. English Bull Terriers with the funny shaped horse heads. Yes, my husband loves those dogs. Yes. We had 2, Maggie and Annabelle. They were sisters. Annabelle died unexpectedly only when she was like 8. We came home and she died in her sleep. Never had that happen with a dog in my life before. And then Maggie we had to put down last summer. I'll post a picture of them. Oh my God, I love those dogs. But they swallowed everything. Actually, when we first moved into this house, we had like set them up in the barn, and they had like a fenced in area and a couch and an air conditioner, and spent a lot of time outside in the barn because they would just swallow the kids' toys. And I was so afraid that they were going to like seriously kill themselves from swallowing things. It was terrifying. But yeah, they get the big goofy heads. They're really good dogs. Now we have a mutt that we just got from a rescue who was like, they found her as a puppy starving somewhere. And she's just happy to be here. She's a great dog. I can take her for walks off the leash. I just put a little beeper collar on her so I can beep her if she gets too far away so I can know where she's at. And then if she hears the beep, she knows to run back to me. Like a pager. Yeah, Zaza says my first dog ate anything and everything, and that's what eventually killed him. Yeah, I was like some people thought we were really cruel for like putting the dogs in the barn. But I was doing it literally for their safety, right? Like I was trying to manage an infant, a toddler, 2 dogs that'll just swallow everything. And I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. Like I just did not want them to choke. Those dogs are crazy. Like, they seriously, Maggie, I think it was Maggie, swallowed a freaking towel, like a hand towel. Like, we had never seen it before. She puked up this whole hand towel, and we're like, we don't even know where this came from. Never knew where she found it. Like, socks, they would just eat a whole sock. Underwear, eat a whole pair of underwear. Just, like, swallow. It was too crazy. I was just, yeah, so paranoid. I'm like, you guys have no survival skills. None. No survival skills. Yeah, underwear was a favorite and lots of balls too. Yep. Aaron says we have 2 rescue dogs. One is amazing and the other is a psycho, but love him because he's alpha and would be nice if he could tone down the psycho. Yeah. We got this Sophie that we have. She is the best dog. Oh my God, I love her so much. Like I loved all my dogs. I mean, and you probably say that about every dog. Then whatever dog you have is the one you love the most, but I love this dog so much. And we're talking about getting another dog so that she has a friend or whatever. But I'm like, right now, we chill all day. We snuggle in bed when I want to take a nap. We snuggle on the couch after the kids go to bed. We like hang, go for walks off the leash. I'm like, we're just living our best life right now. We don't need to add another dog to it. When she starts getting older and slowing down, I'll get another dog to kind of bring some life back to her. But for now, I'm just happy. Yeah, Hugo chewed holes in the wall when his adult teeth came in. So we were going to redo our living room because we still have 2 crates up there. Even though Maggie's been gone almost a year. And I remembered that freaking Sophie ate through the sheetrock of our wall upstairs. So we gotta, oh God, we have big holes hiding behind the crate up there. We ended up putting a piece of plastic over it. So I'm like, you know what? It's fine. We'll just leave that second crate empty. Actually, she's a border collie and my husband loves her, but any loud noise freaks. Oh, wait. Laura says, Tasha, I'm glad your mutt is a good one. We had a rescue since 2016 and she's literally destroyed our house. Oh, God. Actually, she's a border collie and my husband loves her, but any loud noise freaks her out. We had a dog like that when I was a kid. She tore up, her name was Coco. She tore up a gas line because there was a thunderstorm when we weren't home. And she was digging to get she must have been outside because this was like back in the 90s where you just like left your dogs outside when you lived in the country. And so she must have been outside. I don't know if we were not home or what the deal was because I'm a kid. I can't remember. But she tore, like when she was digging, trying to get in the house, she destroyed the back door and she tore up a gas line. She eventually, my dad ended up rehoming her just because it was so dangerous. But they found an old lady. The vet helped him find somebody, and she found an old lady that was like homebound that would always be home. And so that was like a perfect fit for Coco. But dang, I loved that dog. But yeah, she slowly ruined our house. Yeah, I agree. Not every dog wants a friend, and not every woman wants two dogs. Hopefully that's not too loud. Oh, I'm going to pin a couple more of these and then call it a night. And then I got a lot of sewing to do tomorrow. I'm so excited. It's just so fun, like literally finally seeing this come to life in fabric. So fun. And I probably should eat some dinner, clean my kitchen. Boo. I don't understand how everybody needs to eat 3 meals a day. So annoying. Always cleaning the kitchen. Does anybody have any fun plans for this week? I need to finish the trousers for my morning. Good night, Deb. I hope everything goes well tomorrow, Zaza. And I hope, Laura, that you're feeling better. Oh, there, I run out of clips. It's a good time to end. This picture. Good night, Deb. Thanks for stopping by. I like to set my coffee machine for the next day. That's my fun. You know, but you do appreciate it the next morning, don't you? You do. I have been drinking like pre-made iced coffee, so I'm terrible. Good night, Brenda. Susan says no fun plans, just catching up on housework and sewing. You know what? That sounds fun to me. I'll take it. The finished quilt is 72 by 72, and the blocks are 4.5 inches, if I'm correct. I know I wrote it in here. Yes, 4.5 inches, unfinished. So you're making 4.5 inch blocks, and then the final quilt is a throw size at 72. That's how big I like to make my quilts. So I basically write the patterns for the quilts I like making. So I don't do a lot of sizes because that's a lot of work. But this could easily be sized up or down. I don't know if I would go down personally, but by using bigger templates. But 72 by 72 is like, I just love that size quilt for like chilling in the living room. And I can quilt it myself on my sewing machine, which is nice. So, all right, everybody. Well, I hope you have a great evening and week, and I hope I will talk to you soon. Oh, thanks for lurking, Nikki. Have a great night.